I'm under the impression that Xbox has completely conceded the console wars, and this, what proof do I have? It's the fact that they're allowing Forza 5 and Halo on PlayStation. Whenever I heard that news, now keep in mind before I go on, I have both. I have Xbox and I have PlayStation. So a lot of these things that I say come from a very neutral standpoint. I have been more of an Xbox guy over the last 6 months. I have it right here next to me. My PlayStation is actually in the living room, and I only play it at night when I get out of work or before I go to sleep. So this has been my daily gamer pretty much every day for the last 6 months. And it's no question that the Xbox does lack games. They have a great Game Pass and all that, but the thing is, the games in that Game Pass aren't really all that well. All the games are from the past. They're not dropping anything new. I honestly don't know how they're making money at this point, because all of their new games, like Black Ops 6 and Starfield, are all on the Game Pass. I was gonna say for free, but you obviously have to buy the Game Pass. But the thing is, like, Game Pass sales are down. Xbox sales are at an all-time low. And the thing is, like, I would imagine that the sales of Halo and Forza are also low, because otherwise you wouldn't put it on, your rival console. So putting games like that, your top tier flagship games, those are the two games that people are dying to wait and ultimately play. When you ship them over to your rival console like that, it's kind of a surprise, because it screams, I need this game to sell on a whole nother console. When it's not selling on Xbox and it's not selling on the PC, you need it to sell on the PlayStation, and it is confirmed, like, those things are coming to the PlayStation. It's a bit, like, it gives off the fact that Phil Spencer and Xbox are conceding the console wars, and they've already said that, actually, so it's not giving off a vibe. I truly believe they have, and it's kind of crazy, because Xbox and Microsoft have so much money to put into these developing branches and companies that I don't know how they're not dropping banger titles year after year, because it's been almost more than 5 years since they dropped anything good. I think the only game that I can remember that was, like, decent, and I didn't even really like it, was Sunset Overdrive. I didn't like that game. I'm pretty sure it was, like, really good for some people, but the developer that dropped Sunset Overdrive makes games for PlayStation now. Yeah, it was Insomniac Games, and they went over to PlayStation and they started producing Spider-Man games. Holy shit, guys! I will say, and I've said this to my brother in the past, I really long for the end of complete exclusivity. And I know that some PlayStation games are on the PC, but I think it would be really cool if PlayStation just let Xbox guys and girls play, like, Spider-Man or like Uncharted and The Last of Us and all this stuff, like Gran Turismo. Like, I don't see the point of locking in a game like that for so long. I mean, the first Spider-Man has been out for 7 years, and it's still a complete exclusive to the PlayStation. I understand that it's one of your top tier flagship games, but at 7 years, come on, like, there's no way you're still selling anywhere near what you did the first 2 years on that game, let alone 5 more. So it only makes sense for Sony to drop it on the Xbox and just allow people to play it, because why not? Like, what do you get out of, like, keeping it to yourself this whole time? And I guess that can also go with other games, but I just focused on Spider-Man because that's personally one of my favorite games on PlayStation. And if I didn't have a PlayStation, I don't know what I'd do. Probably just fucking sit here and watch Jacksepticeye play it. And that would suck. That would suck. I love Jacksepticeye, but I would like to play the game for myself. And I've met people from the Xbox community that would really want to play Spider-Man, but they just can't, and they don't want to spend $500 on a PlayStation 5, because why would you for one game? I know I said that Xbox to me has been my daily gamer, but before I put my PlayStation in the living room, I pretty much only played PlayStation. All the games that I played are cross-platform anyway, so I guess it really doesn't matter. And the Xbox has been a Netflix player for well around like over a year for me now, except for the last 6 months. I'm talking about a year before that. Yeah, like around a year, probably more, that it literally just sat there and played Netflix or YouTube. And honestly, at this point, like, now that Halo and Forza are on PlayStation, there is no need for me to even have an Xbox. This thing is just a box full of components that plays mediocre games. It's crazy. Like the Xbox is so strong. It has so much shit inside of it to make games look tremendous. Have you ever played Hellblade 2? It looks crazy. But the thing is, like, how many games are you really going to be able to play and actually enjoy if this shit doesn't have any? Like, it's none. Like, a lot of people say that the Game Pass has great games. The Game Pass has so many games. And that's the thing, is like, it has a great quantity of games, but I don't think that all the games in the Game Pass are fucking, you know, exquisite or amazing or like jumping, making me jump out of my fucking chair. No, like, the thing about the Game Pass is, like, I get on it and then I get off of it after like a good scroll. Like, there are no like games that really make me want to fucking pop like this pussy. What the fuck? Well, I did play like a Plague Tale Requiem. That was good, but I could play that on the PlayStation. It's fine. Like, it's cool. And like all this talk about like Xbox being super powerful, like, I understand that it can run up to like what, like 8K fucking 120 frames, but 4K 60 frames is fine. It's like half the time people don't even have a monitor that can run that shit, so it doesn't matter. What do you have, a fucking $1,500 LG ultra wide? Like, no, you don't. You're not fucking Linus Tech Tips. You're not fucking, I don't even know, like Moist Critical. And I don't even think he has a fucking old LG ultra wide. He probably runs like a tiny monitor just like me. It looks like a fucking 27, 32 inch, something like that. So it's it's a thing that I think Xbox needs to fix over the next couple years, especially come the new generation, because PlayStation, as you saw in my last video, are dropping the PlayStation 6 here in 2027, which only means that the Xbox can't be far behind. But if you're not dropping any games with that new console, why the fuck am I gonna buy it? I can't. Like, I'm not going to. Like, why would I? I don't want to dig into Xbox that much about the exclusives, because PlayStation hasn't been too hot on exclusives as well. Obviously, we have a ton of exclusives right now. Like, if you jump into a library that you've never played before, there's like both Horizon Zero Dawn and like Forbidden West. There's both of The Last of Us. There's all 4 Uncharted. There's the 3 Spider-Man games and the 2 God of War games, the new ones. Obviously, you can play all 3 of the early ones, but like, let's say you just want to play the new ones, like, they're there. Everything is there. But the thing is, like, unless you have never played them before and you're going in for the first time, like, you're gonna have a hell of a time if you're playing them for the first time. That's like 300 hours worth of gaming to do. Like, and that gaming is gonna be amazing. But the thing is, like, once you're done with those games, you're done. Like, they're not dropping much else. And one more thing, actually, yeah, you know what? Let me talk about this one more thing, because this has been on my mind for quite a while. Guys, when we go and we get to the state of play, I would like you guys to tone down your expectations. If you're expecting Sony to come in on a tiny state of play and talk about the release date for Grand Theft Auto 6, you have another thing coming. You must be the most deluded fucking person when it comes to gaming ever if you think that Sony is dropping a release date for GTA 6 or anything good on a tiny 45-minute state of play. Okay? Just put that in your head and never let it go. Okay? And one more thing, like, it probably won't even come from Sony. it'll probably come from Xbox because they usually hold a bigger event. So like, just expect it to never come from Sony, and you're not getting Bloodborne 2. Okay, you're not getting Bloodborne 2. Accept it. I've accepted it. My mom has accepted it. My dad has accepted it. This bitch back here has accepted it. My dog. We're not getting Bloodborne 2. Okay, we're not getting it. So if you thought you were getting that at the Sony State of Play, we're not getting it. All right, I just want to be super frank about it, because we're not getting anything good at a State of Play except for like these super tiny indie games and like the slightly better indie games. All right, like Somerville and like, I don't know, what's another indie game? Like all those like other indie games like Hollow Knight, all that stuff. Like that's the type of stuff they're announcing there. So if you were expecting GTA 6, Bloodborne 2, or fucking Spider-Man 4, it's not happening. I mean, is it Spider-Man 4? No, Spider-Man 3. Yeah, it's not happening. So I just wanted to put that out there, set your expectations a little bit lower when it comes to Sony. And well, yeah, with all that being said, it's been your Big Boy University. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.